Rotary telephone. The rotary telephone was one of the most common ways people made calls in the 1980s. It worked by turning a dial for each number, which sent electrical pulses through the phone line. Most homes had one placed in the living room or hallway, often attached to a long cord. It was slow to use compared to modern phones, but it was reliable and required no charging or internet connection.
Cathode ray tube television. The cathode ray tube television was the standard TV found in nearly every American household during the 1980s. It used a large glass tube to display images, which made the set heavy and deep in size. Families would gather around it in the evenings to watch broadcast channels. Changing channels required pressing buttons or turning a dial, and the picture quality varied depending on the antenna signal.
Vhs Cassette Player. The Vhs Cassette Player allowed people to watch movies at home by inserting magnetic tape cassettes. These machines became extremely popular in the 1980s as video rental stores expanded across neighborhoods. People could record television shows or rent films to watch anytime. The tapes were fragile and needed careful handling, but they changed how entertainment was consumed at home. Boombox Stereo. The Boombox Stereo was a portable music player that combined radio, cassette deck, and speakers in one unit. It became a symbol of 1980s youth culture, often carried on shoulders in public spaces. People used it to play mixtapes recorded from a radio or personal collections. It ran on batteries or electricity, making it flexible for both indoor and outdoor use. Typewriter. The typewriter was a mechanical writing machine used for producing printed documents before computers became common. In the 1980s, it was still widely used in offices, schools, and homes. Each key pressed a metal arm that struck ink onto paper. It required no software or screen, but mistakes were harder to fix since corrections needed whiteout or retyping pages. Corded kitchen landline phone. The corded kitchen landline phone was usually mounted or placed in the busiest part of the home. Families often used it for long conversations while cooking or doing household tasks. The long curly cord allowed movement within the kitchen area. It was shared by everyone in the house, so privacy was limited compared to modern mobile phones. Floppy disk storage. The floppy disk was an early form of portable data storage used in personal computers during the 1980s. It was a thin, magnetic disk enclosed in a square plastic case. People used it to save documents, programs, and small files. Storage capacity was very limited, but it represented an important step toward digital computing in everyday life. Manual coffee maker. The manual coffee maker was a common kitchen item used to brew coffee without automation. It typically involved boiling water and filtering ground coffee through a simple drip system. Families used it in the morning as part of their daily routine. The process was slower than modern machines, but it was widely trusted for its strong and consistent taste. Microwave oven. The microwave oven became a common household appliance in the 1980s, used for quickly heating or cooking food using electromagnetic waves. Families used it to reheat leftovers, warm drinks, and prepare simple meals in minutes. It was seen as a modern convenience at the time, replacing slower stove and oven methods for many daily tasks. Its simple timer and power settings made it easy for almost anyone to use. Corded vacuum cleaner. The corded vacuum cleaner was a standard cleaning device in 1980s homes, designed to remove dust and dirt from carpets and floors using strong suction. It required being plugged into a wall socket and moved carefully from room to room. Many models were bulky and loud, but they were considered essential for keeping homes clean. Different attachments were often used for corners, furniture, and curtains. Mechanical sewing machine. The mechanical sewing machine was widely used in households for repairing clothes and creating garments. It operated using a foot pedal that controlled the needle's movement. Many families used it for practical clothing repairs rather than fashion production. It was durable and long-lasting, often passed down through generations and placed in a dedicated sewing corner or table. Analog radio.
The analog radio was a popular source of music, news, and entertainment in the 1980s. People tuned in to stations by turning a dial until they found a clear signal. It was commonly used in kitchens, bedrooms, and cars. Radio DJs played music, gave updates, and shared local news, making it an important daily companion before digital media existed. Wall-mounted calendar. The wall-mounted calendar was a simple but essential household item used to track dates, appointments, and events. Families often wrote reminders on specific days for bills, birthdays, and school activities. Many calendars featured scenic images or advertisements from local businesses. It served as a central planning tool in homes before digital scheduling became common. Electric iron. The electric iron was used to remove wrinkles from clothes by applying heat and pressure. In the 1980s, most models were heavy and required careful temperature control depending on fabric type. Families used it to prepare school uniforms and work clothes. It was usually stored in laundry areas and became part of weekly household routines.